You are now listening to Cinema and Us here on the Campus Chronicle.
Serving the listening audience of Almekdad University and beyond.
Here we will discuss topics
that our listening audience wants to hear.
So sit back
and enjoy.
This is Heather.
This is Tyler.
And this is Cinema.
And Us.
All right, let's jump right into it. All right, Tyler?
All right, my topic for today. Now, recently, the new film for the movie Mortal Kombat recently came out, and there's been discussions on how what is the worst or best video game movie. And the new Mortal Kombat trailer, it gave a lot of promises. It reminded me a lot of the game. Even though I'm not a gamer, it definitely made me interested in wanting to know the lore. So, I watched it recently, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. And especially in comparison to the original 1990s version. And ironically, there's been a lot of raids going around saying that they believe that this new Mortal Kombat movie, they say it sucks. They say it's actually worse than Annihilation and the other original Mortal Kombat movie. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like you can't really please any video game fans as far as like when they turn to movies, because I've seen far, far worse movies adapted. Games adapted into movies, actually. So that's my opinion. What do you think?
I feel like there is a way to go about it. It's often when movies come from video games, you can kind of tell it came from a video game.
Yeah.
You really can tell. Like, I think, what's the name of that vampire show that you like? It's like animated. It's vampire. Dracula with Dracula.
Oh,
yeah, that came from a video game.
Castlevania.
And I heard you really like it. That came from a video game.
I did really like it, and I had no idea that was based off a game match.
And that new Tom Holland in it. What is it called?
The Last of Us, I think.
Oh crap! What is it called? Is
I thought it was called
he's
Last
in
of
it?
Us.
No, it's not The Last of Us. It's Uncharted.
Oh,
Uncharted.
okay,
Yeah. He's gonna be in that, and I feel like there is a way to do it. I've personally never seen it done right. What a
good video game movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've never seen it done right, but I don't think it's impossible. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be no harder than a movie coming from a book. Honestly.
I mean, I've seen decent adaptations. Like at least the most recent one I could think of a memory from this movie called Rampage.
Yeah.
It was based on a video game from the early 80s or 90s, I believe. And Mortal Kombat seems like a fan favorite type game that people, a lot of people might get into. And I've seen worse films, like there's Detective Pikachu, Sonic. Those films are like really, really low, bottom of the barrel type video game movies. But those movies are made for kids primarily, though.
Yeah. How was Detective Pikachu? Did you watch it?
I saw it. I mean, I never really been a Pokemon fan. I seen like a little bit when I was little, but other than that, as I got older, I never really cared for the lore or anything like that. But it's okay what it is. I was there just for the graphics of the different Pokemon that they had. But it's a pretty predictable plot. But it's.
I guess it came from a video game, wasn't it?
There was a game called.
Wasn't it anime? Oh, it was a game called Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. But it is anime though.
Yeah. That's another topic we could talk about briefly. Is kind of go hand in hand is when animes become live
action.
Yeah, live action, but not live action in Japan, but live action in America. Like Death Note, for example.
Whitewashed, right?
Yeah, totally whitewashed. In a way, it is, because a lot of people have this thing against anime in America.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, but they don't like it, so I can understand why they want to whitewash it or, Americanize it over here to get more viewers to see it. It's kind of like how sometimes they would take a show over here and then Englandize it. I don't know. Do something.
Englandize. Bridgerton, isn't it?
Yeah, like they'll do something like that. And so I think it's just to help people get to see it, or just how would it be in an America or an American setting? You know what I mean?
I mean, anime is kind of like a very limited audience, really. So I could see why they want like a certain actor or actress to play certain roles. Like when they had the movie Ghost in the Shell, they had Scarlett Johansson, and of course there was a lot of backlash because Scarlett Johansson is obviously a white woman playing an Asian role. So I could see why people get upset.
I could see.
But then again, how big of an audience are you expecting to get to like pay for this box office? Obviously, because the movies don't come in cheap. Really, you can't just get like your favorite Asian actress and expect everyone to watch it just because you were a fan of it.
That's very true, but honestly, that's an iffy topic to talk about.
It is. Very
It's
much.
a really iffy topic to talk
Yeah.
about. People honestly should just play the roles they were assigned to. So, if
Right.
an Asian woman supposed to play it, let it be Asian.
Yeah.
If you're not understand adaptations, like American adaptations, and then you want to change some characters around, that's understandable. But if you're trying to copy the original, verbatim, then don't change out a Asian lead for a white lead. That's you crossing too many grounds right there.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, there are cases where they can adapt either so little or either so little or not enough really when it comes to adaptations a lot of times. Like I can't really say I've seen a good anime adaptation. I believe.
Yeah, unless you talk about The Matrix. In a way, it's an adaptation, but the guy who created The Matrix, the one that we know, doesn't want to give credit.
That's anime?
Not The Matrix, Inception. Inception was inspired by an anime.
Really?
Like, you could tell the differences, but the guy who made Inception doesn't want to,
Christopher Nolan?
I think that's his name. I don't know. I just know he won't admit that he got it from an anime.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
So, anyway, in a way, that's like copy and paste.
Oh, this is new information to me.
Yeah, if you watch the original anime, it's like almost similar.
What was it called?
I don't know what it was called. But you can look it up. Like, type in Inception anime, and it's going to pop up.
I'll do that. I do it today, actually.
Oh, there's another topic I want to briefly talk about before we get into.
Go ahead.
But right now, let's talk about trailers briefly.
All right, sure, let's go.
Okay, so I have this little thing where I can tell if the movie is going to be good or bad just by the trailer.
I have the same ability to do as well.
The thing is, if the trailer spells it out for you, the movie's going to be bad. And I noticed that. If it spells it out. Remember The Fifth Wave? Okay, so we identify the character struggles. We know the problem that's happening. Okay, this is going to be a bad movie because they're telling us so much in the trailer. They must be hiding something. Like, okay.
You would think.
Yeah. Now, if the trailer is a bit confusing, you don't know exactly what's going on. Like, it's kind of like, oh, a small problem, but what exactly is the problem? Like, I see all this crazy stuff happening, but what is the problem? Kind of Invisible Man trailer did something very similar. Like, what's going on? And you just see all this crazy stuff happening. In a way, and I was like, okay, that's going to be a good film because it's like, I can't really completely tell what's going on. So it's going to be a good film. And several other films do the same type of technique.
I mean, isn't The Fifth Wave like a disaster movie?
Yeah, it came out a long time ago, like early 2000s.
Okay, well, see, the thing is, I'm not really a disaster movie type person. Like, I never cared for a movie like that, Geostorm, 2012. Like,
oh, you don't like the movies?
Like movies that are about the world ending. I mean,
those are like my favorite type of movies.
Oh wow, it's like what more can you say other than we have to get to the next bunker or something like that before the next
it's honestly
storm
just disaster
or earthquake comes in or
it's
something
just
like that.
For people who just love disaster and stuff like that. It's kind of them type of movies pose the question of, are they gonna make it? Like, how would you survive this? That's the only reason why you're watching it, because 2012 it had some like, okay, how are you gonna survive this gigantic tsunami? How are you gonna survive this gigantic earthquakes? And just watching Vegas just fall into the ground, that stuff is just interesting to me.
I have an answer. I won't. I really won't survive.
Yeah, but it's just so interesting to see that. Like, it kind of puts you in it's just one of those movies I'm gonna have to give it a pass because it's written well in terms of just watching a disaster unfold and people surviving. In a way, that's written well, but at the same time, it's not written well because there is no character. It's not character focused. It's more disaster focused.
Yeah, it's more like anyone can be a target within these disaster films, pretty much.
And it's feeding off of suspense, and that's what it's really doing. But that's how I could tell a movie is good or bad. It's just by the trailer.
Yeah, like I mean, like there's a lot of times where I could watch like the next superhero trailer, and I can automatically assume that that it might be good. It might be very good. It's very rare that I see a movie trailer of a superhero that's gonna let me down really. Like I recently seen the new Shang-Chi trailer, which is based off a Marvel comic about the first Asian Marvel superhero, and my expectations are really high right now because Marvel has rarely let me down, and plus it's like the first Asian representation. So if they can do the best representation for Black Panther, of course, then they'll do great for the first Asian superhero for Shang-Chi. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay. So last topic that I want to talk about is is something that we've all heard of as cursed films. Do you believe in cursed films?
I do and I don't. But
Okay.
it depends what the film is.
Do you believe the film was actually cursed for the individuals that actually played in it, or do you believe it was cursed for
The watchers?
the viewers?
I believe more of the watchers than the people who actually made it, really. Because technically speaking, if you made it, then chances are you're the witch or warlock who made this movie. So yeah. Like the only film I know of that has that so-called theory is like movies like The Exorcist or something like that.
Yeah, but that's one of the movies and it's another movie. I can't think of it.
Yeah, it's mainly like those Exorcist demonic type movies that they have.
Shoot, my mom would not let me watch The Exorcism under no circumstances.
Really?
Have you seen it?
I have. I enjoy it.
Is it scary or?
I mean, the movie came out like in the 1970s, so I think it's scary for what it is. Like, it's pretty, it holds up pretty well as well. Like especially with the practical with the practical effects and the blood and everything. So, like, it's one of those films that you could tell influenced entire generation, like movies like The Conjuring and all that.
Yeah. With The Exorcism, it's pretty interesting. I see that face of that woman all the time.
Oh, really?
You know that face is like, why do I keep seeing this woman's face? It does look pretty creepy. It's another movie that I cannot think of.
It's
Paranormal.
It's her eyes that really get me all the time.
What is it called? It's Paranormal.
Paranormal Activity.
No, it's not Paranormal Activity. It's the
That's only Paranormal.
Poltergeist. That's another movie my mom won't let me see.
Poltergeist. I think I've seen that. I think it's on Netflix, I believe, though.
She won't let me watch that.
Oh, yeah?
That and The Exorcism she won't let me watch because she believes it's cursed. There's another movie that's apparently it chants a demon.
I mean, do you believe in cursed movies?
As a Christian, yes, I do believe. Because I feel like Atrium, they say it chants a demon into your house, which I feel like it could be plausible if you watch it. Would you watch it? Do your review on it. Atrium. Atrium.
Never seen or heard of it. I don't know. I mean, I'm just a believer in entertainment. Really, I don't believe products of entertainment can curse someone's home. Really, but that's just me. I'm not really a Christian personally, but I do.
You're not a Christian?
No, I'm not. I was raised in a house of Jehovah's Witnesses actually. Still.
Wait, really? Oh, well, that's another topic.
Yeah, it was. But like I said, I just look at it as entertainment. I really don't look at it as anything else other than an actress doing her job. That's it.
All right. Well.
You know how it is. But well, guys. I guess this were our last topic for the semester then, huh?
Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys next time. This has been Tyler.
This is Heather.
And this has been Cinema.
And us.
Goodbye.